Alright, what's good, bro? Yeah, it's been a great morning. It's been a great morning. Today is the 10th of February, 2024. And I woke up a bit, feeling a bit tired, feeling really tired actually. Didn't get the greatest sleep. I was out last night, hung out with a brother of mine, Libo. Had some excellent conversations. Had some excellent conversations with another one of my friends as well, Caleb, during class. Very a very intelligent young man. He just needs to have an outlet for that intelligence. You understand? So yeah, today I was reading this book, Moving to Success. Man, it's invest because the thing is, there there are books in your parents' house that you're sitting right now in your parents' house, and there are books that you've seen. You just need to understand that these books, you'd be surprised the amount of just knowledge that you can get from these books. Things that help you in your life, like day to day life, immediately almost. You know, just needs you to take the time to go and read those books, to go and sit down and really uyicingisisi- uyicingisise, like really, really, really hard. Really give it your attention, you give it your energy, your time, you give it space in the day for you specifically to go through these books. And if you don't, it isn't anything, especially if you have Wi Fi at home, it isn't anything to just go online and download a app that helps you read PDFs on your phone, that allows you to read them, and then just download PDFs. You could even print them if you get the time to, if you're really, really like interested in having books, even though you don't have the money to buy these books, they may not be available to you. Just a quick tip. Another book I read sort of the beginning parts. I have my notes here. Don't mind the air. Having Yeah. What does it mean to rover to success? To rover to success means finding your way through pleasant paths with a definite object in view, and knowing that along the way you find snags and rocks and difficulties. That's one of my favorite parts. Fighting the pain is what makes it painful. You hear that? Fighting the pain is what makes it painful. Breathing into it and surrendering to the pain makes you feel the electricity of life. So the inspiration for that last sentence was, I've been taking cold showers now for almost every morning. I skipped today because I got I got I had to prioritize certain things. But when you take cold showers often, even if you don't take cold showers often, if you just started now today, took a cold shower just before you slept, you will feel the pain of the cold. You will feel it. And it's not a pain of, for example, when you go to the gym, the pain is equivalent to how much effort you're putting in. But the pain, like the pains of life, inside the cold shower is passive pain. It's pain just for being there. And you have two options of how to react to this. So the one man gets into the cold shower and understands that this cold shower must be taken, whether or not they want to. That This cold shower is the only way that later on after the cold shower he is able to go through life as the true him instead of the him who's insecure, who's, even though he has those insecurities, he doesn't let those negative thoughts and emotions sort of drive their life. Entering into the cold shower, he feels every single droplet of water. Because it's not usual to take a shower at this temperature. Now, instead of hyperventilating, instead of wishing that the shower could be any warmer, instead of trying to focus on breathing, because if I don't breathe, then I'm gonna be tense, and if I'm tense, then the water's gonna feel colder. Instead of that, he says to himself, what would this be like if it were easier? And immediately his entire body relaxes. And the pain goes away. And in place of the pain, the droplets feel like balls of energy rolling down his body. Feels like little sprinkles of yellow. My bad, my phone is. Little dots of yellow that just touch his body and sort of flow down in this electrifying experience. The second man gets into the cold shower, and you can guess what he does immediately. Starts breathing heavy because he doesn't want to let the cold sort of control him. He wants every bit of control in this cold. He wants to feel like he's alive in the cold shower, and he doesn't last even a single minute. So this is exactly the sort of two mindsets that you can have in life. There's a phrase that's been said a couple of times by a man that I really respect on YouTube. Be bitter, be better. Yeah. And on the topic of bitter, life is dull. Life would be dull if it were only honey. Salt is bitter when taken alone, but as part of the dish, when you taste it, both of them, it savors the meat. The difficulties are the salt of life. So that's it's more explanation on the first paragraph that I wrote down in these notes, that if life were only victories, then life would be meaningless. If life were only difficulties, then life would be nihilistic. Again, it would just be meaningless. But putting them together in their correct ratios in life, you have a life that just there's so much and color and energy in it. Yeah. Life is the greatest game. Make no mistake of taking it as a trivial game. The goal is always to win, always, honorably and splendidly. So, play and learn and rest and have fun. But do not take things too seriously. I think too often, especially me, I take things way too seriously. You know, I do try hard. Sometimes I try way too hard to be this sort of person that I'm not yet, right? Instead of allowing the brain to do its job of getting you to the destination that you've set for yourself. You need to rover, you need to navigate with the knowledge that you're going to be set with difficulties. And you can't expect yourself to have already solved these difficulties if you've never seen them before. You understand? Yeah. Have your objective in view, but don't beat yourself up for not being in that at that place when you haven't even sailed long enough to get there. It's it's the same as being upset that your painting doesn't look like the final image in your head when you haven't put the paint onto the canvas. So as much as you need to be you need to be strict with yourself and tolerant with others. Those others does include the you right now. What I mean is that you need to set standards for yourself. As a young man, you have to have standards. Or else you're just gonna fall into the trap of being like everyone else. Fall into the trap of only doing things when they feel good. That's not how to live. But you need to understand that you're not going to get there tomorrow. You're not getting there next week. You're probably not getting there in the next 5 months. And prepare for that. And sail and row your boat in that mindset. That this is a journey, not a one time thing. Let your actions and your thoughts be directed by love. The love that is grateful for others, that is sympathetic towards others, that is merciful, and that is just. Let your actions be directed for your love for others. There was a quote, don't don't make threats when you're filled with hatred. And don't make promises when you're filled with happiness. But rather let your actions be directed by love. To become a man, a leader, a learner, and a lover, you learn only to serve. that when you serve, all that position of power, of money and status is given to the tribe. You, as the leader, humble yourself to serve the tribe, giving your gifts as tribe leader. You direct, you instruct, and you look back through communication as to know how to lead the tribe or the country better. And this all starts with self-responsibility. The basic fundamentals in life is cooking, cleaning, work, and study. Those are three fundamentals. Cooking, right? This could mean many things. Nowadays, cooking isn't really popular, but there comes a bit of a sort of nowadays. Actually, it's actually really popular to not to cook, and especially at your age now, it's you should know how to cook. At least basic things like meat, rice, these things that you would love to eat. Since you've been making all these changes in your life, you understand that diet is one of the most important things in your life. That as a man, you leave these childish things, childish diets behind. As a young man, you understand that the path towards being a man means rejecting the boyish side of yourself, the immature boy, the insecure boy, healing him and letting him rest. With that comes your diet. You need to change the diet and eat single ingredient things. Not to say not to have a dish, but the dish is made of single ingredients: rice, meat, potatoes, cauliflower, cauliflower, carrots. You understand? But cooking, the thing is, especially if this is only information that I've heard, I haven't implemented it for myself, so I wouldn't be able to give you a true sort of reflection of my understanding. But if you aren't making a like a lot of money, cooking is a waste of time. You get me? That's why especially if you're living with people, with someone that cooks for you, you are very privileged. Very privileged. Some of us have to spend time sort of leveling up our cooking skill, because if we don't get to eat the things that help us in getting or making the money or the progress in other things in life, which in turn helps us eat better, sleep better, breathe better. Cleaning, in every sense of the word, is vital. You first start by cleaning your inside, right? Go to the bathroom first thing in the morning. Have some water, gratitude journaling. That's a clean slate to always start on. To be grateful, clean slate. Whatever comes afterwards in the day, that's the day. Gratitude and meditation. You're cleansing not only the mind, but you're also cleansing the soul, to be in a state of oneness to start your day. The rest of your day can go however it needs to go. But that base of oneness helps you to remember that life is a game that is not to be taken too seriously. After you've cleansed yourself, take a shower as well. Then you're gonna go and clean your surroundings. Make your bed, pack away clothes, and set out clothes that are meant for you for that day. That setup should be done the day before, but the cleaning of the room should be done today, as soon as you wake up. Then you're gonna go study or some sort of work. That work is working out, that work is recording a video, is reading, whatever it is. And study. Study to show yourself approved. Yeah. Do the hardest work first thing. Even when you don't feel like it. Just as you did this morning. This morning when you're feeling drained and tired and feeling lethargic and that, oh, it'll feel way better to get into bed. No. It won't feel way better. Even though, yes, we took a long nap in the middle of the day, even if you didn't get enough sleep that evening, you woke up and you studied maths because that is what you do. As a young man, even if you don't feel like it, you're going to go ahead and do it. You're going to go ahead and conquer it. You understand? Because young women don't want a man who isn't able to conquer himself. Young women don't want a young man who isn't even able to conquer himself. Because if he's not able to conquer himself, how is he going to conquer the world? How is he going to conquer the difficulties of being in that relationship with her? You understand? Because the feminine energy is always changing. Life is always changing. Your mood is always changing. If you're not able to even conquer your own moods, how are you going to be able to conquer life and protect her, the young woman who you're meant to protect? But you're still too busy dealing with the agitation of not being able to, of not wanting to do something. Just do it. Especially when you don't feel like it. The wise man doesn't bank on a vague heaven of what I get, of when I get this or when this happens, then I'll do this. But rather, he knows that he can build his own heaven here, today, in this world. Do what you want to do, what you wanted to do when you get enough money right now. Don't wait for it all to get better soon. To be a man is to understand that your actions do not only affect you, but rather your tribe. Lately, you've been getting into approaching people, approaching girls, being more of a, nowadays, a Rizzolanti, a Rizlabe, being someone who gets girls, you know what I mean? He's in there. But you are afraid of rejection. Deeply, deeply afraid of rejection. You know why? Because you forget that young men and young women are supposed to be together. Young men and young women were created to be together. Apologies, I sneezed. Young men and young women were built to complement each other, to serve each other, to give each other their gifts, so that both of them can lead a flourishing life, a life that is tainted with love, that is absolutely drenched in the affection of two human beings. You understand? And you're waiting for this time when you are gonna be this ultra confident. You've got an excellent sleep that day, you meditated, you had the excellent breakfast, whatever. But it's never gonna be a time where you had the perfect day, the perfect morning. Something is always gonna come up. This day you didn't wash your clothes, maybe, which you need to always, every weekend, wash your clothes so that during the week you don't have this issue. Understand? Always clean. Always clean every day. So that when you meet up with this girl, it's not gonna be a thing of, oh, I don't want to go up because I don't know, I'm not feeling it. Even though that time you're scared, you're scared out of your pants. Oh, she doesn't look nice to go and touch. Maybe I should try again another day. No, go and touch. Do it, please. Even if it's not to touch, even not to cold approach. Go and speak. Have a conversation with people. Learn about people. Something that my dad told me that always stuck with me, which is something that I put into practice now. I'm just trying to start to put into practice. Whenever you meet someone new, you always take down their details. You understand? This person might need your help someday. You might need their help someday. Imagine you just went up randomly to a girl. She looked like she was having an okay time. Even another young man. You went up, introduced yourself with this radiant energy because you know that you're doing something difficult with the energy of someone who feels like it's easy. And you had a conversation with them, heard them out, smiled, eye contact, broke the touch barrier, and breathed into their attentions. Breathe straight down to your testicles, straight down into the very pits of your stomach, and just relieved all the attention. And that day, the person that you spoke to was planning to take their lives, and you just saved them. They begin to smile more. They begin to remember that life has meaning, that life is not only about me, but it's about others as well, that there's a brighter side to life. Just because you that day did the hard work, especially when you didn't feel like it. And whilst doing that work, you did it with a smile. You did it as if you loved that work. You did it as if that work was easy. Understand that your actions have a consequence, not just to you, but to others. That you not cleaning your room, that you not washing the dishes, you always asking your dad to pick you up last second from your friend's house, you always not not speaking up when you're getting a haircut and being upset about the haircut. That when the hairline grows back, then you start feeling a bit. I won't speak too much. You not finishing your homework. You not studying enough. doesn't affect just you. No, it doesn't. It may feel like it's only you, but your teachers are less likely to give you the best of them. You lose respect for yourself. And worst of all, other young men and the young women that you want to attract to lose respect for you. All because you only wanted to do something when you felt like it. Remember the goal. Love you. Mwah.